Alright, what's up, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. I just wanted to do some post-fight videos, okay, for this past weekend, alright? And there were some good boxing matches that were sleepers that nobody was really expecting to be good. You know, everybody was waiting and looking for the checking for the UFC pay-per-view with Ronda Rousey. And there was some good boxing on television, right? So there's three fights specific that I'm going to talk about. I didn't see the Berman Stavern fight with this dude, Derek Rossi. All right, I didn't see that fight. I was trying to find a link. I could not find a link. So if any of y'all found the link or whatever, have a link to it, please send me, because I was looking all over the internet for that damn fight. I couldn't find it. But let's start off with my man Frank Galarza against Jared Hurd. Oh, it hurt me to see this because I was telling so many people to check this fight out. Like people I know personally, you know, I tweeted about it, but I was telling people to like check in for this fight before, you know, the Ronda Rousey fight start, because you know, Frank, I'm cool with Frank, you know, and, you know, he's a New York native fighter from Brooklyn. And, you know, I just wanted to get people to, like, tune in and, you know, start watching them, you know. And, yeah, it didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. But, you know what? Much respect to Frank. You know, if you're watching this, keep your head up. As far as Jared Hurd looked good, man. He looked good. He looked very good, you know, defensively. You know, like the thing about it though, Frank looked very limited, you know, because Frank has been, you know, he's not the most experienced boxer. He didn't have a long amateur background or nothing like that, you know. He only had a few amateur fights, you know, something like 12, 14 or something like that. And then he went straight professional quick, and, you know, this is all you get. And he's been successful, but now you coming in the ring with a skilled fighter, you know, and a good defensive fighter, a good fighter that has a good solid Philly shell defense, man. And it seems like Hurd was giving him trouble since the second half of the first round, right, with countering him. And it seemed like Frank was just like the game plan was just be more aggressive. And I was hoping his corner would tell him something. You know, I think they showed the stats like in the second round where Frank didn't even throw or land a jab. I think he didn't land one jab up to that point wherever they showed it. And I'm like, damn, like it's going to be hard to beat a good skilled boxer without even throwing a jab. You know, he was just throwing nothing but power shots. And when he was getting outboxed, he just became more aggressive, and he was actually falling right into Hurd's trap. Hurd was just putting himself in the corner, and Hurd was the most dangerous when he was in the corner. He was just rolling punches and countering with that straight right and that uppercut, and he kept doing it over and over. It was just too easy, and Frank just kept leaving himself open. He was getting tagged with some good, clean shots. I mean, like, how many shots are you going to take before you go down? You know, I mean, after late in the second, third round, I think I was like, oh, man, I don't think this is going to go good, because Frank just keeps getting more aggressive. And he's used to turning fights around by landing a big shot. And it's not going to always work that way. And I think that played a role in his lack of experience. And you know, I know Showbox been pushing. He's been fighting on ESPN, and now Showbox been pushing him. But, you know, I mean, listen, it is what it is. I mean, Hurd looked good, though. I like to see Hurd. You know what? I never was sure if Frank was ready for, like, the top guys at 154 yet. You know. But I would like to see Hurd fight some of these other guys at 154 before we get him into the, like, the top dudes at 154. Like, you know, like the Vanis Monterosians and the you know, the Charlos and all that. You know, I would love to see Hurd and see what he do against fighters like, you know, who else is on it? Like a Terrell Gaucher. Who else is at 154? You got Terrell Gaucher on a come up. He's undefeated. You know, you got Tony Harrison still out here, or, you know, Willie Nelson. He could fight like a Willie Nelson. You know, Erickson Lubin, me and Fight Critic was talking about Erickson Lubin. He was like, I would see him against Erickson Lubin. I don't know Erickson Lubin, even though he's even less of a prospect, because Erickson Lubin doesn't even have that many fights yet. But Erickson Lubin is no joke. Like I don't even know about all that. But no, Hurd looked good. Hurd looked good. I would like to see him with some of these other fighters up at 154. You know, he did his thing. He definitely. I was watching Fair Shake. Fair Shake was talking about the fight, and he was saying like he was very impressed with Hurd. You know, Hurd was definitely impressive. You know, I wouldn't put him up there with the top guys yet, but I would definitely like to see more of his fights. And you know, Galarza just gotta work. His camp gotta work on his game as far as his boxing skills. He's not gonna always. Frank not gonna always turn the fight around by just getting a big shot in there, and you know, just it's not gonna always work out that way. All right. But hold your head, you know, he's cool. You know, we both on Instagram. We always joke with each other on Instagram a lot. He's a cool dude, man. And, you know, everybody on from New York, every New York native, I always support. But, you know, it is what it is. Now, let's move on. What else I seen this weekend? All right, Thomas Williams Jr. Against Humberto Savinha, okay? I was looking forward to this fight because I've been watching Thomas Williams since he was on ESPN and then MSNBC. Okay, I've been watching before PBC came, and you guys remember? I think it was last year when Thomas Williams had that crazy 1-round fight with Cornelius White. All right, another guy that's been in the ring with a lot of former champs or whatever. Thomas Williams Jr. is a legit fighter. He's good. He's good. He lost to Gabriel Campillo recently. Okay, recently. And it wasn't like it was like more of a fight where Thomas Williams Jr. was winning the fight, but he suffered a cut. I can't remember if it was. I haven't seen the fight in a while, but I can't remember if it was from a headbutt or something. But the cut really bothered Williams, and he didn't even want to fight no more. Like, it was really bothering him to a point where he was just trying to survive. And, you know, he couldn't, you know, and they ended up stopping the fight. And, you know, I mean, that's his only loss he suffered, but he fought some solid fighters before. He fought Yusuf Mack. He fought Cornelius. He was one of those guys that was slowly moving up. You know, I didn't think he was going to be like a super light heavyweight, but he was a solid guy. Like, if Andre Ward was to come and fight 175 as his first fight and he fought like a Thomas Williams Jr., I will respect that fight. You know, not like these other guys like the Alexander Brand and the other guy that he was going to fight. You know, nah. This guy has been in, you know, he's been on ESPN. He's been on MSNBC. He's been fighting solid guys. You know, I would have respected if Andre Ward were to fight a Thomas Williams Jr. All right. But Humberto Savinha, I don't know what happened to him. It seemed like he just doesn't have a chin. You know, he was coming up quick. Just a year ago, he was one of the guys that people would want to move up to fight, like, you know, Kovalev and all the top guys. And then the dude just started getting knocked out left and right. You know, he's been getting dropped left and right. And Thomas Williams, this fight was crazy. Look this fight up. Thomas Williams Jr. against Humberto Savinha. Great action-packed fight for the 2 rounds that it lasted. Was it 1 round? I think it might have lasted 1 round. Thomas Williams Jr. knocked down Savinha. And then Savinha knocked down Thomas Williams Jr. And then Thomas Williams Jr. went and came and knocked him down again and stopped him. And then he stopped the fight after Savinha got up. It was good. It was action-packed. Like, the first round was crazy. So go look that up. And then the last fight I wanted to speak of was the fight that everybody saw with Edwin Rodriguez and Michael Seals, which was the brawl of the year. I want to say fight for the year. The fight of the year, I think every once in a while, we need a good brawl, where a good slugfest, where we just going crazy. Those kind of fights are good every once in a while. But if we seen too many of those fights, it's like, I don't want to see too many. These guys had no defense. They just went and slugged it out. No defense. all haymakers. 3 rounds of just straight back and forth. Yo, the knockdowns in the first round were so violent. Like, yo, the way both Seals and Edwin fell, like especially Edwin, that second knockdown where Edwin Rodriguez fell was so crazy. Like, I didn't think he almost didn't survive the first round. That knockdown was, so the way he fell down, yo, these dudes was dropping bombs. But I mean, I can't call it fighting. Yeah, like that fight was just, that's a street fight. Like, that wasn't even boxing. That was just a straight, like, these dudes was fighting like they was in the street. Like, that wasn't no boxing match. I mean, but it was good. It was entertaining. I mean, Edwin is always another solid fighter at 175. Edwin is, when he steps up and fight like the top 5 dudes, and you're gonna throw him in there with somebody sooner or later if he keeps winning, because he keeps winning. If they throw him in there with cause who's the dude that Edwin just beat? He had just beat damn, I can't. Y'all gotta remind me in the comments. He just beat. I forgot the guy he just beat on PBC. But the guy he just beat was the guy that beat Umberto Savigny before. I can't remember his name. But anyway, yeah. Edwin's gonna eventually get in there with somebody because he keeps winning. I mean, he lost his only loss is to Andre Ward. But that fight was crazy, though. That fight was definitely the brawl of the year. I wouldn't call it the fight of the year, but that was definitely entertaining brawl. 3 rounds of straight slugging out. And Thomas Williams Jr. and Savigny was a good 1 round. Was it 1 or 2 rounds? I can't remember. But that was a great fight. A great brawl, too, pretty much. And that's it, Everything else was UFC. I saw the UFC whole pay-per-view card. And I didn't get to see. Please, guys, send me that link if you got the link to Stavern and Rossi, because Rossi always give these top guys at heavyweight a hard fight. I think Rossi beat Glasgow, and there was somebody else that I thought Rossi gave a lot of trouble. Another top heavyweight. A lot of these top heavyweights been fighting Rossi and looking bad against him. All right, so Derek Rossi is a solid guy, but yeah, please send me that link if you guys can find that link. All right, and I'm out.